So there's some rumors floating around that old Danny Dimes could potentially have the leg up in the quarterback battle between him and Anthony Richardson early on. We're going to dive into that and get all into the nitty gritty. But before we do, first things first, Addy, we have not had a chance yet to put out an official message other than on our Twitter with Colts Unplugged and just saying rest in peace to Jim Irsay, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who made it all possible, the man who helped bring a championship to the city of Indianapolis, the state of Indiana, the man who quite literally gave his heart, mind, body, and soul to Colts football. Thank you so much, Jim Irsay. Rest in peace, big man. Rest in peace, boss. And could not be more excited for all of the Irsay daughters to continue on his legacy. Thank you so much to the entire family, the Irsay family.
Yeah, no, plus
Thinking
one to
about you
what.
guys.
Yeah, plus one to what Logan said. I mean, rest in peace, big man. The heart was as big as gold. You know, you almost flew a whale over across the Pacific or Atlantic Ocean. Like, that speaks so much. Big part of my life, big part of Logan's life. My entire Colts fandom, I'm sure Logan's too, was you, Mr. Irsay. So, like Logan said, you're we're left in capable hands with the daughters. The Pacers fought for you, took us to Game 7. The Colts are going to fight for you this year. We're excited to see you in the Colts Ring of Honor, Week 1 against the Dolphins. So
excited for that.
No, but thank you and rest in peace. And it means a lot, but we're very excited to see what the daughters can do, bring us another championship, next generation for new championships, but it's always going to be in lieu of you. We appreciate you and miss you, big man.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
I always remember that he was one of the coolest owners on Twitter, man. He always just put his thoughts out there regardless of what it was, and that was really cool to connect with the fans the way he did. He was always liking fans' tweets.
I know.
Tweeting at people, doing contests, man. Really cool owner, and
Logan,
he'll definitely be sorely missed.
Heard you're the new guy that's putting out the roof open, roof closed tweet every single week now. I heard that's you.
I have to do it, yeah. They're like, who is this guy? Profane Logan is just
Logan?
Roof open, roof closed. Speaking of Week 1, you mentioned Jim Irsay going to the Ring of Honor. There's been some rumors floating around, Addy, that maybe your Anthony Richardson fan club could be
in trouble, in dire trouble, dire
trouble. I believe it was, from what I remember, I believe it was maybe a report from The Athletic that Daniel Jones seems to have a leg up on the quarterback competition right now to be the Week 1 starter for the Indianapolis Colts. And so let's get into it and talk about where it stands right now from what you've been hearing, what you've been feeling. Tell Colts Nation, man.
I mean, does Daniel Jones have a leg up? Yeah. I mean, just because Anthony Richardson hasn't been available for the last few weeks, shoulder injury, just his throwing shoulder based on the surgery that he had a year and a half ago. He visited the doctor. They said it's just soreness. Just got to give it some time. Now, new reports are coming out saying he's completely fine. He'll be good to go. Start training camp, so we'll have a QB battle, which is something that's exciting. But obviously, Daniel Jones does have a leg up. I think media companies like The Athletic are putting stuff up because they need engagement right now. So James Boyd, we love you. We love the work that you do, but I know you had to put it out there. It just brings The Athletic, brings you engagement. So it's important in that regard. But once again, I think Logan, me and you stand in the same way. I've built a pretty cool Anthony Richardson fandom on Twitter. Appreciate you guys following me. It's like a fucking cult at this point.
What do you mean you've built it? You are the conductor.
I hate being that guy because at the end of the day, I'm Colts fan first, and I put Anthony Richardson out there because I believe in him, and I'll believe in him even if he's not on the Colts. I want him to succeed. He's just a good guy. I want to succeed in the NFL. I like when essentially just like when players like Anthony Richardson that are good-hearted, good men, put in the work. I want them to succeed wherever. So if he doesn't succeed, it's fine. But we're Colts fans first, man. If Daniel Jones starts, Daniel Jones starts, and we're gonna root for him. We're gonna hope he takes us to the playoffs. Biggest concern, I put this out in the video yesterday, Logan, was I think the biggest thing for Anthony Richardson is consistency. I think it's both quarterbacks. They're both coming from a place where they've been inconsistent. They've been hurt. ACL for Daniel Jones, shoulder injury plus more for Anthony Richardson. They're here to prove it. So one of these quarterbacks has to show up and show out in training camp to prove that I'm the guy. And hopefully, once again, every single episode, we talk about this whole quarterback battle and just this entire circle of starting new quarterbacks every single week. I hope we find the answer this year, but I don't know. I'm in this everything feels gloomy kind of feeling.
Welcome to the quarterback carousel, man. We've never left. We've been
We've
we've
never
been
left.
just going round and round, baby. No, I think you made a lot of good points there. I had a follow-up question for you too on that front. Do you genuinely feel like it's Anthony Richardson's position or job, I guess rather, to lose? Or do you feel like Daniel Jones is going to have to, I guess, do a little bit extra or a little bit more to like win that position personally? Like from your personal perspective, what do
Yeah,
you
it's a
feel
good
like needs
question.
to happen there for each one to win the battle?
I think it's Anthony Richardson's job to lose because one, the GM in place right now, the head coach in place right now, Ballard and Steichen, they drafted him, right? So at the end of
Yeah,
the day, like there's a lot of their success relies on their number 4 overall quarterback. But you can luck into stuff like Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy taken in the last pick of the 7th round of the NFL draft. It's like you luck into that sometimes. And maybe this
yeah,
is the Colts saying, hey, we lucked into Daniel Jones being available. We brought him in, paid him $14 million because he could be the quarterback. But just because Anthony Richardson has had time in this offense, he's experienced the playbook for 2 years, essentially sitting the first year, then playing the second year. He just has a little bit of a leg up just in regards to building rapport with some of these wide receivers and stuff. But once again, his availabilities and consistency is the most important thing. If you can't be consistent in being available, if you can't be consistent in completion percentages and not overthrowing the short drag, curl, etc. routes, like you're not going to be the Colts starting quarterback at the end of the day. So it is his job to lose. I think Daniel Jones needs to work a little bit harder to gain that, but I don't think the uphill climb is that uphill for Daniel Jones, if you know what I'm saying.
mm,
Like there's a very high likelihood he could be the starter just because Anthony Richardson shows that he's inconsistent and
yeah.
is not available. I don't know if you align with that or what are your thoughts there?
I would honestly, you've seen a couple videos that I put out recently on my personal page, and I personally think that Daniel Jones will be the week 1 starter. I am not saying that that is what I want. I do think that long term for the franchise, it would be more beneficial, of course, if the guy that you drafted number 4 overall, right, is the
Yeah.
best
You're
guy.
not paying him 14 million, but
Exactly, yeah, so, I do think, though, that Daniel Jones is gonna be that guy. I don't know what it is, I just have this weird feeling that he
I think you're
has
right.
this kind of resurgence year. It seems to be moving in that direction. I've even heard voices that I trust, like, voices that I know and trust in Colts media say that that's their prediction. Kevin Bowen, dude I respect, one of the dudes I respect the most in the Colts media space. He's been saying it continuously for weeks that he feels like week 1 starter is Daniel Jones. And
Do you think we can get like a Baker like or like a Sam Darnold like resurgence? Can the Colts luck into that?
I think that's what you would hope for. That's what you would tell yourself as a Colts fan trying to make
Grab
yourself
onto
feel
whatever
better.
you can.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to make yourself feel better about the outcome of Richardson not panning out. But at the end of the day, like you said, I do think that Anthony Richardson is still going to be given a chance if he is healthy by the start of training camp. We shall see. I don't know.
I think he
I'm
will
gonna
be.
believe it. I'm gonna believe it when I see it because I've
Yeah.
seen so many terrible, terrible mishandlings in this franchise's history when it comes to quarterbacks and injuries and withholding informations. And Steichen, obviously, as we've seen, has not been
The media
fantastic
guy.
when it comes to a media guy. Exactly. He
Yeah.
kind of got himself into a little bit of another hole here before the season even starts with this whole media
Don't you just feel bad for
debacle.
Steichen though? It's like he worked with, these high level or these quarterbacks that are, similar to Anthony Richardson. I mean, not exactly. Justin Herbert's a little bit different, but Jalen Hurts in that regard, a little bit more accurate, which is helpful. But like
Yeah.
you'd wish that like Anthony Richardson can just fucking figure it out because Steichen is the quarterback whisperer. He can figure it out with all these different types of quarterbacks. But like when you're not on the field, and coaches can only do so much in regards to helping you with completion percentage. Like it's like
Yeah.
they're drawing up the right reads, the right routes for you, but if you can't hit it, how do you succeed as
Yeah.
a franchise quarterback?
Yeah. And I agree with you, and it scares me. Like I said, it scares me with the whole injury thing because of he just hasn't been able to be healthy. And then on top of that, there was a back and forth weird veil almost over his injury where it was like he's going to be ready by some point during training camp at first. And then all of a sudden he said, I'm going to be ready before the start of training camp. And then he said, actually, I'm going to go get a second opinion from the guy who did my surgery, right? Last
And
time.
and now it's like, oh, he said I'll be good by training camp. I think it was just like a lot of uncertainty. It's like I don't know what the fuck's going on. Why is my shoulder sore?
It's not what you want.
It's
It's
kind of a
not what
good
you
thing.
want.
it's kind of a good thing in a way that, like, okay, his shoulder's sore because he's been putting in a lot of work this
Mhm.
offseason with Chris has, like, throwing the ball a lot more. Maybe it's a little bit sore because he's changing up his just the technique of how he throws the ball.
Yeah.
Chris Hess is working with him, so that's gonna make his shoulder a little bit more sore because he's throwing a lot, changing the technique. Like, it's just like when you shoot a basketball for the first or, when you shoot a basketball one way and then they tell you to change it, like, sometimes your wrist is a little bit sore because you're shooting it differently, you're holding it differently. I hope that's why, but then it predicates for a concern of can he be healthy again
I was gonna
during the
say
season?
if he's already getting too sore before the start of training camp, how sore are you gonna get when 300-pound linemen are hitting you and
Because
you're
you're not getting
falling on that
tackled
shoulder?
before
Exactly.
that. So that
Yeah.
is that is concerning, and that's kind of been the story. I remember Logan when Anthony Richardson his first season when he came out and I think they played the Jags and his week one rookie season. I was like, all I care about this season, I don't care about winning, just stay healthy, show us what you got, Anthony Richardson. And then
Oh yeah.
game 4, he was just out for the season, and then it's just injury bug, injury bug, injury bug. I didn't even realize, dude, he tore his. I think I texted you this or tweeted this too. I didn't realize he tore his MCL in college. I think it was MCL. Anthony Richardson did. And this was like in 2022 or something like that.
Well, on top of that, he's had a nagging back injury
Yeah.
that's
They
been
said it's
lingering since
resolved
high
now.
school.
They
High
said
school.
it's resolved now, but I mean, how can you if it's lingering, it's there. You just can just
Mhm.
find ways to suppress it at that point. So,
Yeah, regardless, I will say, no matter what, you do hope and you genuinely hope that whoever wins the quarterback battle between Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson, you hope that it's just a fair competition and you hope that they both genuinely get to be healthy, right?
yeah.
You don't want competitions to be won or lost based on you not being able to show up at all.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that. Imagine you going to the Olympics or something, man, and like you're competing at the top of the world and the person that you're competing against is a do not did not qualify or whatever, or they get injured right before the final event and you just kind of get handed the gold medal. Like
Yeah.
it's like, man, I won, but it doesn't really feel like I won. Like
Okay.
I don't really like, yeah, Chick Hicks ass, ring or whatever. But
Worse in the
yeah, so
bubble.
that's all I can hope for, man, is that come on, AR, man, like work with the trainers, get back healthy, go out there and lay it all out in the line. And if you happen to lose that quarterback battle to a surging Daniel Jones who is having that Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold like resurgence, then so be it. He's a veteran guy, has been in the league for what, 6 years now? Is this his sixth season?
Yeah.
I
Wow, time flies.
it's not
6 seasons.
it's not impossible, right? It's not impossible that Daniel Jones just happens to like pick up the offense quicker and knows how to run an offense better than AR does. It's possible. It's a real possible thing. So, yeah, I just want to see good, healthy competition, and I hope that when you and I are at training camp, hopefully covering this, let's just see them both slinging it.
Get some
Let's see them
autographs,
both
watch him
going.
sling it.
Let's go.
Not
I
only
want to see
slinging
it.
it, I want some easy completions too. Show me like a
True.
65% completion percentage, in the crossers and shallows and drag routes, et
Yeah,
cetera. So,
exactly. That's the problem. You need those little swing routes and those little curls that
yeah,
AR has not
been able to hit.
been great at the past few seasons. So
If he can hit those and stay healthy, I have a great belief he can be a,
yeah.
a franchise quarterback. But until that's the case, until he proves me, apparently the Twitter cult leader of Anthony Richardson, until he can prove that,
Hey, hey, regardless of if he works out here or somewhere else, at least you'll be able to say that you always believed in him.
I
So,
always believe in him as long as he works out. Yeah, it just sucks. It just sucks that I'm viewed as that guy. I get it. Like I'm putting out a lot of Anthony Richardson propaganda, but like I
hey,
genuinely care for him. I want him to succeed, whether it's with the
you are
Colts or not. He's a good guy.
You are who you are, bro.
Yeah,
Don't run away from that. We
exactly.
all of us over here at Colts Unplugged. I know it's just one other person and me, but hey, all of us over here at Colts Unplugged, we love you, Addy. We
Dude,
want you to keep being you.
hey, listen, we've all believed in someone and put our heart in it, and they haven't worked out, and we just take our
Oh yeah,
L's. And that's gonna be me. If he
yeah. You
doesn't work
just take
out, I'm
care
gonna
of it.
take my L. People are gonna drag me on Twitter, but I'm gonna be like, I'm a Colts fan first. I've tweeted this
I
every single
tried.
place. I've never said I
I
don't want Anthony.
tried so hard.
Then didn't get away from misery. Dude, Akon and Bone Thugs, are you kidding me? That's like
Yes, yes,
elite,
dude, the classic.
elite
So
pull.
speaking on, I was gonna bring up too. You were mentioning about training camp, of course. Obviously, I know you were eyeballing the training camp dates that dropped
Mm,
officially July 23rd through August 14th.
Let's go.
Of course, at Graham Park, back in beautiful Westfield, Indiana, right down the way from me over here in Indianapolis, about 25-30 minutes away.
Not bad.
Yeah, super excited to get over there again and see the boys back in action. And like I said, hopefully, I'm gonna reach out and see if we can talk to some people. But want to get maybe some media coverage going too. It'd be pretty
Some
awesome.
credentials.
Talk to some of the guys. Yeah, see where their heads are at. I saw a couple of the highlighted days that I wanted to talk about. Were, of course, everyone wants to always know the joint practice date. So that's on August 14th. It's a Thursday from 3 to 5, and they are practicing. The Colts are going to be practicing with Green Bay.
Ooh.
That's a fun.
Go
That's a
Pack,
fun.
go.
Yeah, that's a fun joint practice. I would say definitely some good competition going on there.
It's a good offense.
Yeah, definitely a good offense, and I mean they've had a pretty solid
Decent
defense the
defense
last couple
too.
years too. Yeah,
A new DC, I
and
think, this
then
season.
I was gonna say there's a night practice, I believe too. Yeah, they're calling it Thirsty Thursday on July 1st,
Ooh.
from 8 to 10 p.m. They've got the night
Ooh.
practice. Everyone loves the night practices, man. Those are always fun.
Thirsty Thursdays. Get a little drunk before.
Gonna
Go
be
get some media credentials.
yeah. It's gonna be packed. It's
Yo,
gonna be
yeah, it
packed.
will be.
Everyone's off work.
It will
It's
be.
past 5. That's the one qualm I have. The one, of course, they're not making these training camps based on, normal people's schedules. They're doing it based on NFL players' schedules, right? But that's the one qualm I've always had is they have them all like middle of the day during the week. It kind of sucks because
It's like
oh
have
man,
time
so
to gym
many.
and go.
Yeah, so many more
Yeah.
fans would be able to make it out there if they, didn't have to work and stuff like that during the week. And it's like I can't just take time off all the time to see coach.
Agreed.
I'll definitely get out there to a few of these practices, and hopefully we can get together for some of those. But
Yeah, Cup fans, we will be there for at least. I'll be there. I mean, Logan will be there a lot more because he lives in Indianapolis. I'll be coming from Chicago, so I'll be there for a couple of the August ones, maybe at least one. I would say we'll wear our Cup shirts that I'm going to order for us and get some media credentials and just come say hi.
hell yeah.
It'll be a good time. What are you looking for though, Logan, in regards to a lot of fun stuff? And we talked about outside of the obvious, AR and Daniel Jones for like a training camp perspective. Like, is there any other positional group or players that you're excited about seeing? Or
Yeah, I'm 100%, I would say, jazzed up, man, to see Tyler Warren. I just want to see him out there in action. All the videos and all of the a little bit of coverage that we have gotten to see so far has been amazing. I mean, he looks as good as advertised. I think he's going to be a legitimate day one plug and play just absolute certified guy that's going to right away produce. So excited to see him. Excited to see how he opens up the Colts offensive playbook in training camp because, dude, Steichen has not had a guy like that to work with in his offensive tenure career, really. I mean, like he had in Philadelphia, he had Dallas Goedert, but I would say Tyler Warren has the opportunity to be on a different level. I think he has that George Kittle, Travis Kelce type game-changing ability. So super excited to see how he opens up the field. And then I would say on the defensive side, I'm super excited to see the cornerback position. Actually, the corner battle is going to be interesting because you look at it and the Colts went from one of those teams where they didn't have a lot of cornerback depth, and now all of a sudden it's like,
got some playmakers.
One of these guys is gonna potentially not even make the roster this year. I mean, it's like they got some guys, they got some dudes in that cornerback room and in that safety room now. So super excited to see the defensive backs as well go to work in training camp. I want to see how that shakes out.
I agree. That's going to be pretty exciting to be able to watch a bunch of these new players, right? Like the rookie guy we took in the first round, like the DBs from Cam Ward to our safety and Cam Bynum. Travarius Ward and Cam Bynum. So pretty excited there. For me, what I'm most excited for from the defense side of the ball is I want to see, and hopefully they're out of their boots, Zaire Franklin and Jalen Carlisle. I want to see what this, plus Hunter Wohler and etc. I want to see what this linebacker core looks like. Are they getting burnt in joint practices? Because they're going to be in pass coverage. Zaire, not necessarily known for great pass coverage. Jalen is. So hopefully they're all out there and healthy, and we can see what they look like in these joint practices. Given they're not going to be, the Packers and Ravens are not going to be attacking them with the majority of their playbook, but just see how they are in pass coverage in that regard. Tackling obviously have been a big issue, so excited to see the defensive line. Two things I'm most excited for though on the offensive side: one, Adonai Mitchell. I know he broke out in
Hmm.
training camp last season, so I want to, and then didn't perform as well in his rookie campaigns. I want to see what he looks like in his sophomore season. He seems, a little bit more buff. He seems a little bit more agile, like super excited and pumped and ready to go and learn
Yeah.
from his mistakes. I'm liking what I'm seeing there. I want to see him beat and moss a lot of a lot of people, a lot of DBs this in the training camp, and then lastly, I want to see DJ Giddens. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor, star of the show in this backfield. He's going to miss time. We know this. I think we don't even need to sugarcoat that. His ankle injury is something that's, it's just going to be there every single season. So he's primed to miss some time. So I want to see who's this RB2. It's a DJ Giddens, it's a Khalil Herbert. If it is DJ Giddens, what does he look like coming off the wrist
Yeah.
injury? So I'm pretty excited to see him in person. Hopefully, can get to talk to him and get their autograph. Like, I love DJ Giddens. That's what I'm most excited to see. Outside of the, what the typical quarterback battle, I think we're most excited for. So it'll be a good time.
100%. Well, that's all we got for today, guys. Real quick, next episode, we're going to get into a little bit more of a positional battle in training camp, what we're looking for specific. And then I'd like to do like a 53-man roster projection too. I think it'd be
That'd be
cool.
sick.
We can kind of go by like where we think the depth chart is going to actually get slotted in at, who's going to be at
Excited
1,
to talk
2,
about
3.
the tight ends there. Ooh, that'll be
Yeah.
exciting. Someone's going to go.
That's gonna be a good episode. So excited to talk with you again next week about that. Remember, guys, we are growing very fast and very thankful for it. Remember to smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the content that we've got coming out here in the off season. Follow us on TikTok. We've got a great platform over there. Get to hear
thanks for all following us there. It's awesome.
Get to hear Addie's all of his love towards Anthony Richardson and the fan club on our Twitter, on our X.
We talk about it.
So make sure you. Yeah. And obviously on our Instagram too. So thanks again, guys, for all the support. And we will talk with you again next week. Go Colts.